Hey everybody, it's Mr. Malsan coming to you from, well, my apartment. And I just wanted to say, first off, how much well, miss you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a challenge. It really has. Um, Teaching over the camera like this, it's okay. I don't mind doing it. In fact, I've gotten much better at the computers. Huh. Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing in my case. I need to get better. But it's not quite the same. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be able to see you all in person because I teach, I think I teach better when I'm with people. I'm a good teacher, I think, but I'm a better teacher when I'm in front of you in person. So, with that said, though, we are still going to learn, okay? We're still going to learn these next few weeks. So what we're going to do today is we're going to review intervals, we're going to review half steps, whole steps, we're going to review sharps and flats. And you know what We're going to learn all of that in 15 minutes, about 15 minutes. We've done this in the past already, a little bit of it, but it doesn't hurt to review, right? We did it in 4th grade. We did it before we left. So, I want to show you something very, very quickly. Come with me. Not like you have a choice. Wherever the camera goes, you're probably going to go too. Yep. I got to position my computer right. This is one of my favorite pictures in my room here. It's a picture of that I drew in 7th or 8th grade. It's a picture of, well, I don't think it's a picture of anywhere in particular, but it was one of my parents' favorite pictures. And they said, "Wow, Alex, you did such a great job on this. You really need to put this in your place." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll put it in my place." So here it is. And I just wanted to show you that because, especially when it's like dark and gloomy outside, I like to look at this picture and I'm like, well, summer's never too far away. I just thought I'd share that with you. All right. Are we ready for our review of intervals, half steps, whole steps, sharps, flats? Okay. Let's do it. Here we go. Can you guys see the staff? I'm sorry, I don't have the greatest markers. You kind of get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, right? So let's see what we've got here. Let's say you wanted to, well, first of all, we're going to start off with intervals, all right? So let's say you wanted to do the interval E and B. Remember what we talked about. An interval is the distance between two notes. So you count the first note, the second note, and then everything in between. That's incredibly important to do, right? So after E comes F. Then after F comes G. Then after G comes A. Then you count 'em up, count 'em up, count 'em up, they're on fire! There you go. That's your treat for today. I sang a high D. All right, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have the interval of a fifth, right? Now, why do we talk about intervals so much? Because if you're in chorus or if you're in band, it is so important that you know how far you're singing, all right? You don't want to jump too high when you're singing, right? And you don't want to play a wrong note in band, right? So you want to make sure that you're going the right distance. Okay? All right, let's see. I got to erase this again. You know, this is one of these moments that I wish I had my smartboard. One of those times I actually miss it. You know what? I think I'm going to erase the staff too, because I don't know how well you guys can see that staff. So, luckily, I'm a pro at drawing staffs. Are you ready? Here we go. Mwah. Wah. 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 Here we go. La. 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 Ta-da! Just like that. In probably 10 seconds, I made a staff. And it's better to see, right? All right, so let's do another interval. Let's go from, how about we go from G to, let's go to E. That's a good one. I like G to E. It's a nice distance. So, what's the next one up from G? A. Okay. Then after that, B. Good. Then C. Yup. Then D. Good. Then E. So we have G, A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have an interval of a sixth, right? Not so bad. Intervals are good. I think we're good on that. If this thing will erase. Like I said, I really wish I had my smartboard right now. Maybe I can find the smartboard and put it in my house here. Excuse me, my apartment. All right. Now, let's see. I would like to go to steps and skips again. So, I can pretty much summarize steps and skips in probably 1 minute. Are you ready? A step is a second. Okay? E to F is a step. G to A is a step. Okay? A to B is a step. Okay? B to C is a step. C to D is a step. And D to E is a step. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? All right. So it's always a second. A step is always a second apart. Anything greater than a second is what we call a skip. So, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths, ninths, tenths, 12ths, 18ths, if you can get that high in terms of playing instruments, you know? Those are all skips, all right? So, with me so far? Okay, because now this is where things get a little bit rocky. Half steps and whole steps. Let's say you wanted to go from F, but you only wanted to go slightly higher. You didn't want to go completely to a brand new, I say letter name, okay? You don't want to go to the next complete note up, like G, right? You don't want to do that. Scribble that one out, right? So what would be in between those? That's the question, right? That's like the $2 million question. What could possibly be between F and G? You got it. F sharp, right? F sharp is what we call it, okay? And it's slightly higher. So if this is F, F sharp is up here, F is down here, F sharp's up here, but G is up here. So you see, it's kind of in between those three, right? So it kind of, I like to think of it as moving to a sharp is like building a bridge between two notes, right? That sharp is a bridge between two completely different notes, right? It's not moving from a line to a space or a space to a line. It's kind of staying right in the same area, but it's a little bit higher, right? Okay. Maybe I just made things more confusing, or maybe I made it easier. I'll let you be the judge. All right. Let's try one more. C to, well, let's remember, we don't want to go to D, okay? We don't want to go there. So we want to find the pitch that's in between those two, which would be C sharp. So when you write the symbol, you always put it to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, not the right, not the right, not the right, not the right, to the left. Bad? Okay. Well, I had to come up with something to make people remember how to draw the symbols. Okay? So the symbols always go to the left, right? No, to the left. Correct. Okay. To the left, and you say C sharp. So you say the word after, okay? Now, what if you wanted to go slightly lower than C, but not all the way down? Well, let's not use C as an example. Let's use a different note. We've used C before, so let's try something different. Let's say you're starting at D. You want to go down a half step, but you don't want to go all the way to C, right? That's not the goal. So what are you going to do? Aha! You're going to put a flat, and this is going to be called D flat. D flat, right? So it's the same kind of steps as when you saw the half step up, okay? A half step down, now you're doing the opposite direction, except you're using the flat to go down, okay? Easy enough. One final thing. Gotta keep redrawing this staff. Whole steps and half steps. One final thing to remember. Whole steps are from one note to a completely different note. Okay? So in the case of like D to E, that's a whole step. Okay? G to A, because it's going from a line to a space. That's a whole step. there are two sets of notes that are not whole steps. Never. B to C and E to F. Okay? If you can remember that, any other pattern, C to D, D to E, F to G, G to A to B, those are whole steps. And it goes from sharp to sharp as well. C sharp to D sharp, that's a whole step. F sharp to G sharp, that's a whole step. G sharp to A sharp, that's a whole step. Okay? So you kind of have to do a little work to figure it out. But it's all good. All right? So, I know we reviewed a lot of information in only 15 or actually 16 minutes. So, you are going to have an assignment. It's a very brief one. And it'll be due, for Miss Sutherland's class, it will be due this coming Tuesday. For Mrs. Lemaire's class, it'll be due this Tuesday. For Mrs. Sutherland's class, it'll be due on Wednesday. Okay? So here's your assignment. Please tell me, give me an example of a note that's moving up a half step, and please give me an example of a note moving down a half step. For extra credit, please provide me an example of a note moving up a whole step. So an example of a half step, and you can't use this one, is B to C is moving up a half step, right? Because we said that's the exception to the rule, right? All right, so if you look over this video again, which you're free to do, keep that in mind, right? Again, I miss you all very, very much, and hopefully we'll be talking to each other again very soon. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, and take care. Bye!